Everyone hates getting third party. But let's be honest, when we hear gunshots, we instantly rush over to third party ourselves. At the end, reload is just landing, looting, fighting, and then getting third partied. Mobility items are key in this mode, so here are some tips to use them to their full potential, including mythic and exotic ones. So without further ado, let's start with the most known one, the Grappler. The Grappler has two main tricks that you should know about. The first one is simple, but super useful. Just aim below you, fire the Grappler, and slide right after. The higher you are, the faster you'll go. Now the second trick is a bit harder, but a lot more powerful. Here's how it works. You shoot the Grappler below you, quickly look away, and then sprint jump right after. It takes a bit of timing and a faster sensitivity, but once you get it right, you'll fly. Something else to keep in mind, every time you eliminate someone with a Grappler, the game drops a fully recharged one. This way, you can never run out of mobility. Next up, we've got the Shockwave grenade. Simple, but super effective. You throw it, and you go flying. If you sprint jump right as it explodes, you'll travel a lot farther than normal. A normal throw might take you around 48 meters, but with the sprint jump, you can cover up to 57 meters. Now, for build players, if you use a Shockwave about 3 tiles away from someone's box, you can phase right through it. Here's an in-game example from my fellow creator, Riftwalker.
Yeah, I mean, bro, at least we frickin' cracked him. That was such a crazy idea.
This strat is perfect for catching opponents off guard. CRASHPADS work a lot like Shockwaves. The main difference is that other players can use them too, which makes them a bit riskier for running away. Just like Shockwaves, if you sprint into a CRASHPAD, you'll go much farther than just walking. Sprinting can launch you about 54 meters, while walking only gets you around 38. Next up is the Unstable Burst Pistol, one of the most unique exotics in Fortnite Reload. It shoots a shockwave effect on the first and last bullet of each magazine. The blast isn't as strong as a normal shockwave, but it does affect players even through walls. You can use it to push enemies out of cover, or even throw them straight into the storm. It also doubles as a mobility item. By shooting and reloading repeatedly, you'll keep propelling yourself forward. And since the reload is super fast, you can move quickly around the map with it. Let's talk about the Shockwave RPG. And trust me, a lot of players still don't use it the right way. If you're using it for mobility, don't jump before shooting. Jumping pushes you away from the blast, which makes it less effective. The best way is to stay on the ground when you fire. That'll give you the strongest push forward. But if you want to go vertically, that's where jumping helps. Shoot and jump at the same time, and you'll go much higher. Just like the Unstable Pistol, the Shockwave effect works through walls, but the RPG's blast is way stronger and has a much larger radius. Perfect for sending players flying or breaking their cover completely. The last Shockwave item on the list is the Hammer, a melee weapon that doubles as a mobility item. If you slam it near your teammate, it'll launch them forward without costing you anything. This can be super useful when you don't have other mobility items to help your team rotate or push. The downside is the long recovery animation after slamming, which leaves you exposed for a few seconds. But there's a way to bypass this animation. If you drop the hammer right after you hit the ground, you'll skip it completely. Then you can just pick it up again and use it normally. And now, we're back to the grapplers, specifically JULES' glider gun. This mythic used to be goated back in the day. Even after the nerf, it's still solid, just not quite the same as before. But recently, I found a new way to cancel the glider animation. And while it's not as smooth as the old method, it still works pretty well if you follow these 3 steps. Step 1. Grapple anywhere and try to land before the full glider animation finishes. You don't have to stand still, just make sure you touch the ground early. Aim where you want to go and shoot the grappler again. Switch weapons the moment it connects. It's not something you can easily use mid-fight, since it takes a bit of setup, but it's perfect for chasing down players who are trying to run away. And finally, the last item on the list, the dub. This exotic pushes you backwards every time you shoot it. A lot of players think it's useless, since it knocks you away from enemies, which lowers your damage. But what most people don't realize is that it's actually an infinite mobility item. All you need are shotgun shells. And if you play Reload, you know how easy it is to find shotgun ammo. The only downside is fall damage. The dub doesn't protect you from it. So as long as you're not blasting off the top of a hill or a tall building, you'll be completely fine.